weak jobs numbers yesterday were compounded by more weak jobs numbers today. Now, Jonathan, you would have thought there'd be a bigger impact in the markets today. Are investors just being driven into defensive stocks? Is that what's keeping the markets afloat today?
I don't think investors really know what to do with the economic data that we've seen over the past few days out of Washington. If you look back over time, historically, this data that we get on a weekly basis has been very conflicting over the last quarter or so. So I think at this point, investors react to the economic data, but not instantly. It takes a little time for it to set in, especially in a week like this week where we have the unemployment number coming out on Friday. So when looking at the data as a whole, I think investors will make more decisions as we get towards the end of the week here, as opposed to trading specifically off of the data we saw today. But yes, the jobs number that we saw today is leading us to believe that we should not be expecting anything on the positive side tomorrow.
So now looking at the general job trends so far, do you think that the recent market rallies have been justified?
I do, because I think if you take a step back and look at all the economic data that we have, and I think if you look at the earnings season the previous earnings season that we came out of, and yes, we are going to a new earnings season tomorrow, but yes, I think our economy has shown that there is stability, that there is growth. It has been very small and at a slow pace, but yes, I do think what we've seen so far justifies the movement that we've seen in our markets. But at what point does our markets become too high priced, our stocks become too high priced, and investors starts getting very wary about how high this market can go and start wanting to take some short-term profits off the table. It's a very fine balance that we have here as the buyers and sellers try to figure that whole aspect out. But like I said, getting into earnings season that start next week, we're going to start off with Alcoa on Monday. I think investors might feel a little bit more confident in the news that we get during earnings season, which is previous quarter's results and guidance moving forward.
Now, if we do see some sort of a miss in the non-farm payrolls report tomorrow, do you think that that could only fuel the markets on further Fed stimulus speculation?
I do. I think it's going to fuel a lot of investors to pull some money off the table, because not only is that a negative sign domestically here, we've got a lot of international headlines that are going to put pressure on our markets. Clearly, the headlines coming out of North Korea, I think as time goes on, will continue to put pressure on our markets.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
This is Andrea Say reporting for The Street.